SBI prelim second paper. Let us start from question number 31 onwards. The sum of 9 consecutive even numbers of set A is 612. See, when there are consecutive numbers, average is middle number. 9 numbers are there, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then 9 numbers are there. Sum of their numbers is equal to 612, then average is equal to divided by 9. 9 6 times 54, and then 72 we have, that is equal to 8. So 68 is average, which is going to be middle number, right? What is the difference between product of largest and the smallest even number? Smallest even number, from this we have to subtract 2, 4, 6, 8, then this number is 60. Largest number is 8 more than this number, then that is equal to 76. Product of both the numbers, 76 into 60. Now difference between this number and the square of the second smallest even number. Smallest is this one, second smallest is 62. So from this we have to subtract 62 square. Now if at all if you don't have none of this, then we would go for last digit verification. But now we have to calculate exact answer. 0, 6 into 7, 42. So 670 times is 420. 6 into 6, 36. 420 plus 36, which is equal to 456, minus 62 square. 62 is 12 more than 50. 12 square is 144. So we'll write 2 digits and 1 is carry. This number is 12 more than 50. Add 12 to 25. Fixed number 25. 37 plus 1, 38. So 62 square is equal to 38, 44. 45 minus 38, 7. 60, 44, 16. 716 is our answer, which is fourth option. Next, the ratio between average speed of a car and a bus is 21:13. Also, the train moving uniformly covered a distance of 1053 kilometers in 9 hours. Distance and time. So we can calculate train speed. Speed of the train is equal to 1053 divided by 9, which is equal to 9 ones 9, 15 here, again 1, and then 63 7 times. Then average speed of the bus is 52 km per hour, less than average speed of the train. Then bus speed is equal to 117 minus 52, that is equal to 65. How much distance will the uniformly moving car covers in 11 hours? Car speed is equal to 21, bus speed is equal to 13. If this value is equal to 13 parts, car speed is equal to 21 parts. 13 5 times, 21 5 times, that is equal to 105. Distance covered by car with the speed 105 kilometers in 11 hours, that is equal to 1050 plus 105. 1155 is our final answer, which is fourth option. The smallest and second largest angles of a triangle are in the ratio 3:7. Smallest angle is 3 parts. Second smallest angle is equal to 7 parts. 3 parts and 7 parts. Next, the largest angle is 10 more than sum of smallest and second smallest. Smallest and second smallest angles are 3 parts and 7 parts. Sum is equal to 10 parts, and sum is going to be, largest angle is going to be 10 more than sum of both angles. Now sum of all these values in a triangle, total angle must be, internal angle must be 180 degrees. 20 parts is equal to 10 goes to other side, that becomes 170 degrees. What is your question? Difference between smallest and second largest angle. Second smallest angle or second largest angle, one and the same, because when you have only 3 values, this is least and this is second least and this is largest one. When this is largest, this becomes second largest only. So you can call it as second least value or second largest also. Difference between both the numbers, that is equal to 4 parts. Now using 20 parts, how do you get 4 parts? Divided by 5. 170 divided by 5. 170 divided by 5, that is equal to 34 degrees, which is fourth option. Next. Abhyas percentage is 12 years more than Sonam's percentage. So age difference between Abhyas and Sonam is 12 years. Any point of time difference must be equal to 12 years. Rajiv is 23 years elder than his son and 5 years older than his Sonam. Now, Rajiv age is 23 years elder to his son and 5 years older to Sonam. Rajiv son is 25 years old at present. Son age of Rajiv is 25 years, and according to this statement, Rajiv is 23 years elder to his son. To this, if you add 23, that becomes 48, and at the same time, and 5 years older than Sonam. 5 years older than Sonam. Who is Rajiv is 5 years older than Sonam. Then Sonam is 5 years elder to Rajiv. 5 years elder to Rajiv in the sense that he is going to be 43 here. Next. What will be Abhyas age be after 5 years? Now, look at this statement. Abhyas percentage is 12 years more than Sonam percentage. Then Abhyas percentage is 43 plus 12, that is equal to 55. But your question is after 5 years. After 5 years, in the sense, to this you have to add 5 years, then it becomes 60 years, which is our 55 plus 5. 60 years is our answer. That is third option, none of this. Next. The ratio between three angles of a quadrilateral is 5 is to 6 is to 3 respectively. The value of fourth angle of the quadrilateral is 80 degrees. See, one of the angle in a quadrilateral is 80 degrees. Sum of remaining angles must be equal to 280 degrees, because in a quadrilateral, internal angles sum must be equal to 360 degrees. One angle is 80, other three 280 degrees. That 280 is divided in the ratio 5 is to 6 is to 3. Total 14 parts we have. If 14 parts is equal to 280, each part is equal to 20. Then 5 parts is equal to 100, 6 parts 120, and 3 parts, that is equal to 60. Sum is equal to 280, all conditions satisfied. What is the difference between second is largest and smallest angle? This is largest, second largest, this one, and the smallest is 60. Difference between both the numbers is equal to 40 degrees, which is again none of this. Second largest and the smallest. Next. Two trains, each 210 meters long, moving in opposite direction, cross each other in 12 seconds. If one is moving thrice as fast as the other, if one of the train speed is s, the other speed is thrice. If they are moving opposite to each other, relative speed is s1 plus s2. Now, s1 plus s2 is equal to 4s, that is equal to distance covered by time taken. Each 210 meters, if a train crosses each other, distance covered is equal to train length 1 plus train length 2, that is 210 plus 210, which is equal to 420 meters. And in what time they covered each other? 12 seconds. Now, your question is, what is the speed of the slowest train? That is, s is equal to how much? 4, 105 times here, 12, 8 times, 12, 8 times 96, and then we have 9 by 12. 9 by 12 in the sense 3 by 4, that is 0.75. 8.75 meter per second, first option answer. What is the value of 35% of, what is the value of, right, 35 percentage, that is 35 by 100 of into 4/11 of 6 times the square of 6 times the square of 22. 22 square is 22 into 22. Now 11, 2 times here. In denominator you have 100, so don't touch that, keep it as it is. Now 35 into 2, 70. 70 into 6 into 4, 24. 24 into 23. 24 into 23, that can be written as 23 plus 1, 23 minus 1. That is 23 square minus 1, which is equal to 528. 528 into 7 we have. Keep it 0 as it is. And also we have divided by 100. 0, 0 gets cancelled. 5 into 7 into 528 times. 500 into 7, 3500. 20 into 7, 140. 7 into 8, 56. Total 3696. 3696 by 10, 369.6. 369.6, which is fifth option is our answer. Next, these are number series questions. Now let's start from question number 43. Data sufficiency questions. What is the cost price of the calculator? Cost price is always 100%. Selling price of the calculator is 780. But when you sell this item at 780 rupees, what is made? Whether you have profit or loss. If so, profit, what percentage of profit? If it is loss, what percentage loss? That information is missing. Hence, first statement alone cannot give you answer. The profit earned is 20%. So profit percentage is 20%, but that is equal to how much? So that is not there. Second statement is also not sufficient. If you use both statements, selling price in terms of percentage is 120%. That is equal to 780. 100% is equal to how much? Definitely we can calculate answer by using both statements. So both together will give you answer. Next, what is principal amount? Principal is equal to how much? Which is always 100%. The simple interest occurred on amount at the rate of 12% per annum in 5 years, that is equal to 15,000. At the rate of 12% per annum, simple interest for 5 years is equal to 60%. If that is equal to 15,000, 100% is principal, that is equal to how much? Yes, definitely we can calculate using first statement. Next, the amount becomes 34,000 in 3 years on simple interest at 12% per annum. At 12% per annum, simple interest for 3 years is 36%. Amount is equal to 136%, which is equal to 34,000. Principal is equal to 100%. Yes, here also we can calculate. So either second statement is sufficient to answer the question, or first statement alone is also sufficient to answer the question. Now, what is a two-digit number? Difference between the digits is equal to 9. If the difference is equal to 9, 90 is the only two-digit number that can be formed. That's it. Apart from this number, there is no other statement which satisfies this condition. Hence, first statement alone is sufficient to answer the question. Now, using second statement, sum of digits is equal to 9. It may be 18 or 27 or 36 or 45, 54, 63, 72, 81 and 9. It may be any number out of all these. So multiple options are there, multiple choices are there. Hence, second statement is definitely not sufficient to answer the question. Now in the same question, suppose if the difference between digits is not equal to 9. In place of 9, if at all, if you have any other number, maybe 1 or 2, 3, 4, 5, 1 alone will not give you answer. There also you will get multiple options there. And if in case in the same question, if sum of digits is equal to 18, if it is equal to 18, then using second statement also we can get the answer. 99 is the only two-digit number available where the sum of digits is equal to 18, right? So because here we have 9, second statement is not sufficient. If the difference is equal to 9, 90 is the only number. Hence answer is first statement alone is sufficient, but not the second statement. Next, what are the marks obtained by Harish in English? Total marks obtained by Harish in English and Maths together it is equal to 145. You need to know marks obtained by Harish in Maths. So 1 alone is definitely not sufficient. If you know marks in Maths, then we can calculate marks in English. Total marks obtained by Harish in English and Science are English and Science, that is equal to 160. Using second statement also we cannot get, because you need to know marks obtained by Harish in Science, which is not there. Hence second statement is also not sufficient. If you use both statements also, we cannot calculate answer. Then what can be calculated? We can calculate difference of marks obtained by Harish in science and maths is equal to 15. Apart from this, we cannot conclude anything else. Hence, first statement alone is not sufficient. Second statement is also not sufficient. Both together also not sufficient. What is father's present age? Present age of son and father are in the ratio 1 is to 4. If their present ages ratio is equal to 1 is to 4 for son and then father, using only one ratio, answer cannot be done. 5 years hence, the father's age will be thrice that of son's age. After 5 years, father's age will be 3 times that of son's age. Only using second statement also, answer cannot be done. If you use both statements, yes, two different ratios at two different timings, definitely we can solve and get the number. Now, difference in 1 and 4 is 3. Let's multiply second ratio with 3. Then it becomes 3 is to 9. Difference here is 2. Let's multiply 1 and 4. 1 is to 4 with 2. Then it becomes 2 is to 8. Now, son age increased by 1 part because of 5 years. Father age increased by 1 part because of 5 years. So 1 part is equal to 5 years. Now, if you know this, whatever you are asked, you can calculate. So, 1 alone is not sufficient. 2 alone is not sufficient. But both together are sufficient to answer the question. Next. So here we have bar chart. Whenever you have a bar chart, just look for corresponding numbers. When you have numbers, don't prepare a table, directly we will use it. What is this? Marks scored by 5 students in languages English, Hindi and Marathi. Marks obtained out of 100. So each and every subject, exam was conducted for 100 marks. What is the difference between total marks obtained by B and total marks obtained by C? Right, now let's look at this. B values and then C values. You're asked to calculate difference here. 65-70, 75-60, both are same. Rest of the values are 50 and then 55. Difference is 5. 5 is the difference, first option answer. What is the respective ratio of D's marks in English? D in English. English is first one, that is equal to 40 divided by A is to B or A by B. B's marks in English. B marks in English, that is equal to 65. 5, 8 times, 5, 13 times. 8 by 13, 8 is to 13, second option answer. What is C's overall approximate percentage? Overall approximate percentage. Because every subject was conducted for 100 marks, with respect to 100, number and percentage, one and the same. So now, 75 plus 55, that is equal to 130, 130, 60, 190. We got 190 marks from 3 subjects, so that is equal to divided by 3. 3 6 times 18, 10 we have 3 1 by 3. 63 1 by 3 percentage is approximate percentage, answer 63. Next, which of the following statement is true? Now observe this. A's overall percentage is 50. Total marks obtained by A in all 3 subjects is 45, 55, 100 plus 50, 150. 150 by 3, that is equal to 50%. So A is right answer. Next. Right. When you have concluded that your first statement is correct, in remaining options, if at all, if some other option says first option and second option, first option and third option, first and fourth, like that, if combination is mentioned, then you really need to worry about remaining statements. But now your first statement is correct and none of the option is having 1. First statement is also correct. No other option is saying that. And at the same time, you don't have any other option where it says all the statements are correct. Hence, you don't have to worry about remaining options, as first statement itself is correct. That is our final answer. What are the approximate average marks obtained by D? Now, 45, 45, 90, 90, 40, 130. 130 divided by 3, that is equal to 3, 4 times 12, 10 we have 3 times 1 by 3. 43, 1 by 3, approximate 43. People preferring, right, this is a different one again. Let's see what exactly is this. Statistics of a survey on the food items preference of conducted on a sample of 30,000. So total we have conducted a sample out of 30,000. Those people who preferred vegetables, bread, salad, sprouts, fruits, meat and then fish. Percentage wise segregation is given. People preferring fruits are approximately what percent of people preferring vegetables? People preferring fruits 11 out of vegetables 30, so that is 11 out of 30 percentage into 100. 0 0 gets cancelled, that is 110 by 3. 3 3 is 9, 20 we have 6 times 2 by 3. 36, 2 by 3 percentage, approximate 37 percentage. Next, what is the total number of people preferring vegetables and those preferring sprouts? Vegetable and then sprouts. Sprouts here, vegetables here. 30 plus 13, 43 percentage. 43 percentage calculated on total value 30,000, where 1 percentage is equal to 300. So 43 into 300. 43 3 times 129 and then double zero. 12,900 is our answer. 12,900 is not there. None of this. Fifth option is our answer. What is the respective ratio of the number of people preferring meat to the people preferring salad? Meat and then salad. Meat 6 percentage, salad 15%. 6 by 15, that is equal to 3 2 times, 3 5 times. So 2 is to 5 is our answer, which is first option. What is the difference between total number of people preferring meat and the total number of people preferring fish? Meat and then fish. Difference. Meat 6 percentage, fish 5%. Difference is 1%. 1% of this number, that is equal to 300. 300 is our answer, which is second option. Out of total sample population, how many people have given preference for fish? Just now we covered fish, it is 5 percentage. 10% of this number is 3,000. 5 percentage is exactly half, which is 1500. 1500, first option answer. Yes, now here we have a caselet. Let's observe this. In a sports event, there are 1200 players who are participating in 5 different events via boating, archery, car racing, hockey, and then athletics. Right. Boating, archery, car racing, hockey, and then athlete. Archery and athlete, archery and athletics, both are starting with the same letter. Hence, I am taking one more letter so that it becomes a readable one. Archery and then athletics. Right. Now, total people are 1200. 8% of total players is participating in boating. 8%, 1 percentage is 12, 8% is 12 into 8, that is 96 people are in boating. One third of total number of players are participating archery. One third of this number, which is equal to 400. Next, 12 percentage of total number of players participating car racing. 1 percentage is 12. 12%, 12 12s, 144. Car racing 144. 2/5 of total number of players participating in hockey. 2/5 in the sense 40 percentage. 10% 120, double 240, double 480. So 480 people are in hockey. Remaining players are participating athletics. Remaining people. Now let's see this. 400, 500, 900. Take 4 here and add here. This becomes 100. Total 1000, 40, 20, 40, 80, 120, 11, 20. 1120 plus how much will give you 1200? That is equal to 80. So 80 people are in athletics. Yes, now we have data. But still there is something else. Still there is something else. What is that? Here, where are we? Right. 1/4 of number of players participating in boating is female. Right. Again, they are talking about female and then male. Right. Now let's see what exactly they are saying. 1/3 of total players participating in archery. No, here we have 1/4 of number of players participating in boating is female. 1/4 of this number, that is equal to 24. Then remaining value is equal to 72. They are males. 20% of number of players participating in archery is female. Archery 20 percentage, that is 80. Then remaining 320 are male people. There is equal number of male and female players in car racing. Car racing equal people, so 144 divided equally, each get 72 72. Then next, there are 220 male players participating in hockey. In hockey, out of this, if 220 are male, remaining 260 are female. No female is participating in athletics. So in athletics, female are not there. So all are male only. Yes. Once this table is ready, it is easy to answer all these questions. What is the respective ratio between total number of players participating in athletics and number of female players participating in car racing? What is the ratio between total number of players participating in athletics? Athletics we have 80 and ratio A is to B or A by B. Female participants in car racing. In car racing, female participants are 72. 8, 10 times here, 8, 9 times here. 10 by 9, 10 is to 9. Answer is none of this, fifth option. Next. Come on, let's see here. What is the difference between number of female players participating in archery and the number of female players participating in hockey? Difference between female players in archery. Archery female players 80. Number of female players in hockey. Female players in hockey. Difference between both the numbers, that is equal to 180. First option answer. Number of female players participating in boating. Female players in boating is what percent of number of male participating in athletics. Male participating in athletics. So 24 is what percentage of 80? 0 0 gets cancelled, 8 3 times 3 into 10, 30 percentage, first option answer. Otherwise directly also you can calculate. 10 percentage is 8, 8 3 times is 24. So answer 30 percentage. What is the total number of male players participating in boating, car racing, archery? Male players participating boating, car racing and then archery. Sum of all these values. 320, 72, 72, 144. Sum is equal to 464. 464, third option is our answer. Now, approximations, treat it as 18 percentage of 550. 1 percentage is 5.5. 18 percentage 18 into 5.5. 18 5 times 90. 18.5 times 9. 90 plus 9, 99. Approximately treated as 100. Plus 23 percentage of treated as 130. 20 percentage is 26. 3 percentage is 1.3 into 3, that is equal to approximately 4. Sum of all these values is 130, first option. Next, treat it as 19 plus 400 divided by 25. In 100 there will be 4 25s. In 400, 4 into 4, 16 will be there. 19 plus 16, 35, third option answer. Cube root of 27,800. 30 cube is equal to 27,000 and it is approximate to that, first option. Next, 42.5 whole square. But when you look at options, they are very close enough. 1450, 1420, 30 difference. 1450, 1480, 30 difference. So when they are close enough, it is very important to identify exact answer. Now, what is 42 square? This is 8 less than 50. 8 square is equal to 64. Now to get previous number, subtract 8 from 25, that is equal to 17. Then 43 square is equal to this number, we have to add sum of 42 and 43, that is equal to 85. To this, if you add 85, that is going to be 1849. But you have 42.5 whole square, that should be in between these two. So your value also that should be in between these two. Exactly between these two, can I treat it as 1800? Definitely yes. And then 17.2 square we have. 0.2, that is negligible, don't have to worry about it. 17 square is 289. Approximately if you subtract 290, 1800, 290, subtract 300, add 10. 300, 1500, add 10, that is equal to 1510. Answer should be very close to 1510, that is equal to 1520. Final answer. Now with this we completed this paper. We'll meet in next session. Thank you.